Coffee is the most popular drink in the world. Every morning tens of millions of people start their day with this aromatic and invigorating drink, and then during the day they take several breaks to rest, cheer up, and enjoy the divine aroma. But in spite of the worldwide love for the drink, do we know much about its history, the traditions of consumption in different countries, the peculiarities of cultivation, etc.? Actually, not much. Today we decided to partially fill this gap and selected the most interesting facts about coffee. From history. Coffee is not native to South America, as most people think. There are only favorable conditions for its cultivation, which in its time was taken advantage of by local entrepreneurs, making the production of coffee beans a branch of specialization. The real birthplace of coffee is Africa, more precisely Ethiopia. Local shepherds many centuries ago noticed the behavior of goats, which became more active after they ate certain kinds of shrubs. This is how men first learned about coffee. The drink was appreciated by Arab merchants, and very quickly it became the most popular in all countries of the Middle East. The first information about coffee in Arabic manuscripts dates back to the X century. The religious forbidding of alcohol helped coffee to spread in the Arab countries as well. In the Orient appeared the first public coffee house. It was opened in Turkey approximately in 1545. The Arabs also owe the coffee its name. There are several very plausible versions of its origin. The most plausible is the legend of the nomads, who loved to refresh themselves with a stimulating drink called kava, which literally means to perk up. Extant ancient recipes tell us that in the beginning it took 8 to 10 hours to prepare the drink. Kernels were dried in the sun, then boiled, then infused. As a result, it tasted more like tea than coffee in the modern sense, and had no particular strength. And spices were always supposed to be added. Usually it was cardamom, cinnamon, or ginger. Only many decades later, when someone came up with the idea of refining the beans, and then roasting them in a pan, did the process become much shorter, and the taste became closer to what it is today. Coffee traditions in different countries. In Ethiopia, the birthplace of coffee, it is traditionally served only by the owner of the house. Cloves, butter, and salt are necessarily added to the drink itself. An amazing coffee drinking tradition has developed in Damascus, Syria. There, coffee is not drunk, but tasted, as they say, on the tongue. A thick, viscous drop of coffee grounds is placed at the bottom of the bowl, and then touched lightly with the tip of the tongue. The first sensation is a strong burning sensation, but then a person begins to feel a rush of vivacity. Equally interesting is the traditional recipe of Ecuador. The coffee is brewed as strong as possible, sugar is added and sent to the refrigerator. To make the drink, you need to take a small amount of mixture and pour boiling water over it. In Vietnam, people like to drink coffee cold and with a lot of milk. During hard economic times, when the country had serious shortages of milk, the inhabitants invented to add a whipped egg yolk to the drink. This was how the world-famous chaprung was born. In Finland, they put a piece of local cheese called lipajuusto in the bottom of the cup. It melts under the heat, giving the drink a unique flavor. Finns first drink their coffee, and then eat the melted cheese. Just some interesting facts. The United States consumes the most coffee in the world. In numbers it looks like this: 400 million cups a year, or 146 billion m. However, in first place on the consumption of the drink is Little Finland. Here, according to statistics, every adult inhabitant has 5 cups drunk per day, and each inhabitant consumes on average 12 kilograms of beans per year. The glory of the invention of the world's first webcam belongs to the specialists of Cambridge University. However, they did it in order to be able to monitor the coffee machine remotely. In the small English town of Banbury, there is a local power plant that runs on coffee grounds. And finally, the most interesting fact about coffee, which only very great connoisseurs know, and most importantly people are very, very wealthy. The most expensive type of coffee in the world is considered Kopi Luwak. Coffee beans undergo a special natural fermentation process beforehand. They are fed to elephants or civets, animals, which have the same appearance as domestic cats. The kernels pass successfully through the animal's gastrointestinal tract, ferment, and escape naturally. After that they are picked, washed of feces, dried, and ready. A kilo of such a meal costs about $1,500.